Hi, I'm Kazor, and today I want to talk about my predictions and wishlist for the expansion announcement next week. My first prediction is that the expansion announcement will not only contain the announcement for 10.0, but will also be a platform for Blizzard to officially announce Wrath of the Lich King Classic. My reasons for this prediction are that the logo for Wrath of the Lich King was found in the files for the Classic era PTR, and also that Blizzard has been sending out surveys about a potential Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Now on to predictions for 10.0. Based on the leaks that I covered in my last video, I think that it's a fairly safe bet to predict that the next expansion will be called Dragonflight, and will bring the Dragon Isles as a new continent for us to level up to 70. So I'll be basing the rest of my predictions on the idea that this is true. I expect that we'll see an iteration of the Covenant system from Shadowlands. I don't expect that Blizzard will make the same mistake of tying player power to this system, due to the immediate negative backlash they'd receive, so in my opinion it's likely that you'll get a different story and cosmetic options based on which colour of the 5 Dragonflights you choose, but the power rewards will be the same. My next prediction is that we're going to see a new dragon-themed class. I'm not sure of the specifics, but I think that the new class will have at least one ranged DPS specialisation and will wear mail armour. I'm also expecting Blizzard to take a step away from expansion-wide borrowed power systems. Recently, the community has gotten tired of systems like artifact weapons, Azerite armor, and covenants, so I expect that Blizzard is going to attempt to move back towards more traditional borrowed power like tier sets and trinkets rather than expansion-wide systems. My final prediction is that Blizzard will do a revamp of the Lordaeron and Quel'Thalas areas in the north of Eastern Kingdoms. I'm not too confident on this prediction, but I think it's worth mentioning. On the 9.2.5 PTR, there is an encrypted map of Tirisfal Glades, and a playable quest that is under the Quel'Thalas zone category in the quest log. In my opinion, this points towards an update to these areas, especially due to their vicinity to where the Dragon Isles were located when they were initially planned for vanilla WoW before being scrapped. Now on to my wishlist for the next expansion. This is in no particular order, it's just a list of things I'd like to see. The first thing I'd like to see in 10.0 is the return of Master Loot. I understand why some people aren't a fan of it, which is why I think that Legion's rule that only guild groups could use it is good, but as someone who raids as part of a guild group, I'd like for my guild to decide who gets an item, not RNG. On the topic of loot, I'd also like to see the return of Reforging. To be honest, I didn't play WoW when Reforging was in the game, so maybe there's a massive flaw in the system that I don't know about. But the idea of being able to slightly tweak the stats on my gear to optimise my character seems really fun to me, and I think it'd be a good addition to the game. I'd also like to see a transition away from the current ideology of making legendaries a requirement rather than a reward. Since Legion, legendaries haven't felt special at all. They're just items with a unique effect and an orange name that everyone has, especially in Shadowlands where they are glorified gold sinks. I'd like to see a return to a system like the Miss of Pandaria legendary cloak, a story questline that leads to a legendary reward, something that anyone can complete as long as they put the effort in. Doing a long story questline to get a legendary item would be quite fun the first time that you do it, but like quite a few things in WoW, it wouldn't be so fun to do again on alts. So my next wish is to see Blizzard make more things account-wide. This might not be a big issue if, as I predict, they don't make an expansion-wide borrowed power system, but in my opinion, Blizzard should just let people play the content that they want to do on their alts, if they have already done the content that they don't want to redo on their mains. I'd like Blizzard to design fewer mandatory chores to complete in order to be optimal. At this point, everyone has heard the Choregast joke, and while I don't think Torghast was a bad idea, I think that forcing players to do it has made people resent it. If all of Torghast was completely optional, like the Twisting Corridors and Jailer's Gauntlet are, I think that people would view Torghast as a system more favourably. I think that Blizzard needs to focus on improving class design and balancing. While balance is mostly good, there are a few problems with certain specs that consistently underperform or have significantly less utility than others. If you take Feral Druids as an example, they do decent single target damage but struggle in AoE, and they have no utility that a balanced Druid can't also bring, while also doing better damage from range. In my opinion, this is an example of a complete design and balancing failure that I hope improves in the next expansion. And finally, player housing and guild halls. Not much to say about this one. Lots of other MMOs have it, and I think it'd be cool to have a personal, customizable area and an area to hang out with my guild. So those are my predictions and wishes for the 10.0 announcement on Tuesday. Let me know what you're hoping for in the comments down below. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and follow me on Twitter @KazorYT to keep up to date with the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.